Hey everyone, I'm joining you again on stream. This time I'm not looking at a game or anything like that. I'm just gonna have a bit of chat to you about part of the reason why I wanted to start this YouTube channel. I'm looking at time today, and time is one of those things that absolutely fascinates me. It's something that we need to that passes us all the time. But we need to stop sometimes and actually have a bit of a reflect on what it means and what it's all about. Now, the other thing I wanted to do just quickly while I've got your attention to is I'm really trying to build this channel, and I want to be able to name the channel Never Odd or Even, as I've called it up above here. To do that, my next gateway is actually to have 100 subscribers. So if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel Never Odd or Even, that would be fantastic. If you're viewing this on Facebook, then to click on the video, you've gone to the YouTube channel. You just need to log in with your Gmail account or whatever other account you're using, and just subscribe and maybe leave us a comment. Because I really want to try and build this platform so that I've got an opportunity to be able to talk about games, both tabletop and digital, to talk about some of those areas of science fiction and time travel, and have a look at that. So, in particular today, what I wanted to have a look at was in my time reflection. I always get confused. Time reflections. I wanted to have a look at some of the ways in which time has been understood by us. So one of the ways that time has been understood has been to talk about time as it's passing. So basically the passage of time from one moment to the next. So we talk about that. We make appointments. We have calendars. We have those kind of things. And this kind of understanding of time is actually comes from the Greek word chronos, which is actually is talking about time as a process from going from point A to point B. Chronos was also one of the Greek gods of time, and it's where we get the word chronological. So we're looking at the chronological order of things, how things have happened in a particular time for us. We're kind of dictated to by linear time, and linear time kind of sets us in a passage to go forward from one moment to the next. So the moment that's just passed for us is history. The moment we're in now is the present, and the next moment to come after this is the future. And so we live in this chronological passage of time that just seems to go from one to the end. It affects us in everything we do, because we know that there was time before us, before we were born, and we know that there will be time after us, after we die. So we have this understanding of how time works for us and how it goes forward. But it's not the only way to understand time, and that's why I wanted to have a look at the other Greek word for time, which is the word Kairos. So Kairos is actually that moment in time, a particular point in time. And Kairos moments are those moments where time seems to hold a special significance. Now, they could be moments of beauty, moments of significance. They could also be moments of trauma. And one of my favourite parts of the sci-fi series Deep Space Nine is actually in the pilot, where Captain Sisko is wrestling with this idea with these timeless aliens who live outside of time, and trying to help them to understand why it is that he is drawn to particular moments of his life, moments where he's fallen in love, moments where he's experienced great grief and sorrow. These Kairos moments are almost like the moments where time stops for us, and we can find ourselves travelling back to those times. They also refer to those moments that we might project forward to, something we anticipate, something we look forward to. We know or predict that something will happen, and so we wait for a particular moment. It could be Christmas Day, it might be a special event, it might be the day that we get a new job, or that we start something new, or it might be something that we're not necessarily anticipating or fearing. And so this understanding of time can take us into deeper reflections and thoughts. Have you ever considered, though, that the two aspects of time, Chronos and Kairos, actually have an interplay together, and we tend to talk about that quite simply. So, for example, time flies when you're having fun. It seems that when you're having a great time, things go faster, and so the significance of the moment, or the moment, the presence of the moment, can actually cause things to appear to move faster. Now, we know that time moves at a constant speed, but we certainly can't deny this truth that says that when we're having a great time, it seems like time just disappears and is gone before we know it. Likewise, a watched pot never boils. So sometimes time seems to slow right down and take on a completely different perspective. This is really just an introduction to start to talk a bit about time and the way we travel through it, and I will come back to this idea, and I want to look at some videos and some clips and some other bits and pieces that actually help us to understand this really difficult topic. So I hope that's been a helpful or at least interesting to those of you who have subscribed. Thank you very much. It's fantastic to have you on board. Really happy to receive your comments, any particular topics, any thoughts or ideas that you've had out of watching this. Please comment below. I'm going to make sure there will be an opportunity to subscribe. No, it'll be over there. I always get my lefts and rights mixed up with the camera. Subscribe here, and I'll put a couple of other videos up in a couple of various places. Alright, well, until next time, like, subscribe, comment, both on Facebook, both on YouTube. Send me an email if you'd like to, on neveroddoreven.me at gmail.com.